Alrighty, good way to start out the year. Um, Picked up a big divisional win to start the season against opponent that, or against a divisional team that is, in a sense, blasé and like subpar, but for some reason they've just had our number over the last couple of years after we had their number so many years before that. The momentum's kind of changed the last couple of years, but we finally took care of them today to start out the season. And it wasn't pretty. Folks, we all knew it wasn't going to be pretty. Like, we were all watching the same game, and we all knew we were going to be watching that type of game. We're all realistic Eagles fans here, I would hope. We all knew what to expect out of that, and it was going to be sloppiness. We saw a little bit of it, but still picked up the win. Wentz today, I'd give him a solid B-. He was good. He was good enough to get the win. And, you know, a few mistakes here and there, but other than that, he was good. Made a couple really good throws, too, that changed the game. Like, for instance, the Aguilar touchdown, that was to get on the board, first with a touchdown like that was huge. So, yeah, solid B- for Wentz today. And man, our defense was good. Not so much in the third quarter, mostly. Like that freaking 9-minute drive after we went 3 and out to start the third quarter, or to start the second half. The Redskins got the ball and had it for like 9 minutes for like 17 plays or something. It wasn't pretty, but we held them to 3 in that drive. So that was that, and then what else? What else do I want to talk about? Yeah, so the defense was just, this pass rush is really going to be something all throughout this year. If everyone stays healthy, this pass rush is going to be top 3 in the NFL. Like sacks totals wise, like tackles total wise, like top of the boards everywhere for this defensive line. And if everyone stays healthy all year and they continue this consistency all year. So yeah, the defense was really, really good. Again, except for that one drive, that one quarter. Other than that, fantastic. As for the new pickups, Jeffrey and Smith, they were both targeted a couple times, both of which for deep bombs. And for Jeffrey, he had the ball in his hands and then just could not hang on to it at the end. It hit the ground. And then Torrey Smith, early in the game, I think it was literally like the first play of the game, Wentz threw a bomb to Smith, and Norman was just all over it, and he almost picked it. And then, oh, you know what? And then there was another one to Torrey Smith, too, that Wentz overthrew, and if he didn't overthrow it, it was going to be a freaking touchdown. So, hopefully Wentz corrects that, and then when Torrey Smith gets loose away from someone, like when Torrey Smith just starts burning people, if Wentz starts hitting them, it's going to be really, really beneficial for this offense. If we can start getting the ball downfield and just throwing gunslingers all the way down the field and scoring touchdowns and putting points on the board that way, we're going to win a lot more football games than what we already think, just because of putting points on the board through aggressive offense, if you will. Cowboys got a field goal. This Sunday night game is on in the background. Getting to this a little bit late because I was over at a friend's house watching the game. And I was hanging out there all night. So 6-0 Dallas with 12 minutes to go in the second quarter. What else in this game? What else? Obviously, everyone's talking about the controversy surrounding the fumble at the end of the game to win the game. Listen here. We got bullshit calls all day, too. Okay? That's one thing. And another thing is, that was one of those ones where it's like, it was too close that you can't reverse it. Like, that's what they were saying on TV, and that's what you could see it with your eyes, hopefully, that it's like one of those ones where it's like, he's going like this, and then Brandon Graham knocked it out of his hands. Like, as soon as his arm got right here, Brandon Graham just went, and then, so, it was a fumble. Or, like, it might have been a pass, but honestly, let's think about this for a second. And this is probably what Redskins fans are saying too. Like, even if that didn't happen, there was the way our defense was playing on those last couple sequences before that and on that sequence, there was no chance of them going down that field and getting a touchdown. At least that I could see. Just our defense just completely stepped up in that fourth quarter. They knew they had a shitty third quarter and beginning of fourth quarter. So at the end of the fourth quarter, like the last 3 drives of the game, they're like, okay, guys, let's step up here and make something happen and win this football game. And that's exactly what they did. So like going back to that whole defense thing, like, man, were they good. One thing I was disappointed in today with the offense was not getting anything going in the run game, like, at all. Like, I think Blunt's longest run was like freaking 6 yards maybe. But one thing that I did like that I saw from Blunt is he's going to bring something to this offense that we've never really had anybody that could bring it to this offense, which is power yards. Like turning a 2-yard gain into a 7-yard gain, or turning like a 2-yard loss into a 1-yard gain, or like a 3-yard gain, or you know what I mean? Like just pushing and pushing and pushing for every single yard. He's going to bring that to this offense, and we haven't had anyone in here like that in a very, very long time. I can't remember the last time we had someone like that in here. Well, DeMarco was kind of like that, but we all know how that went. Yeah. Yeah, we all knew how this game was going to go. It was going to be sloppy on both sides, and we all knew it was going to come down to the end, which it did. And I did predict us to win this game. I did think that it wasn't going to be pretty, but I did think that we were going to do what we needed to do to win this football game, and that's exactly what we did. Basically, just like it came down to the end, and we did what we needed to do and finished the football game and got the win. So, yeah, hopefully the Giants can make something happen here, because I want the Giants to win this game, because evidently Dallas is more of a threat to this division than the freaking Giants are, and I hate Dallas more. So, some people hate the Giants more, some people hate the Redskins more, some people hate Dallas more, and this fan base just like, I don't know, it's weird. I hate all 3 of them equally, but if I had to pick one that I hate the most, it would be Dallas. So, I don't think our next divisional game is in 2 weeks against the Giants. That's our home opener. And I think once we reach that point, I think we'll be 2-1, because I don't think we win next week, and I do think we win against the Giants at home. Quite frankly, when was the last time they friggin' beat us at home? But I think next week in Kansas City, I don't think we get manhandled, but I think we lose by more than 1 possession. Like, I don't think it's going to be, like, 45-10 or something, but I do think it's going to be, like, 35-23 or something is going to be my score prediction for that game in favor of Kansas City. I just don't think we have what we need just yet to beat Kansas City, like in the way of everyone just getting together and, well, no, I kind of said that wrong. I don't know. They're coming off of freaking, let's think of it this way. They get almost 10 days of rest. They're coming off of a huge win in Foxborough to start the season on Thursday night. I just don't see any chance of us going into their stadium next week and picking up a victory, but crazier things have happened. We did go into New England once with our shitty-ass team 2 years ago and got a win, so you never know. Any given Sunday. But I do predict that we take an L in that one. But then I do think we bounce back from that next week, the week after, against the Giants and get the win. But we'll just have to see. So as far as anything else from today's game, let's see, I went over Wentz, I went over the offense. The offense was, did I go over like the offense itself, just the plain old offense? We were moving the ball decent. I saw a couple screenplays that I didn't like play calling wise. I saw a couple of those stupid screens that Doug likes to call that are completely dumb. And he called one on 3rd and 9, which kind of pissed me off. And then he called a run play. I'm like, well, I guess you kind of just try and gain a couple yards on 3rd and 14. And punt the ball away and just surrender the drive, if you will. But a couple play calls were kind of dumb, but other than that, I liked the play calling. I liked that we were taking some shots and trying to get the ball down the field instead of dink and dunks and screen passes all the time. There's no problem with calling those plays like every once in a while, but when we were calling them like every other play last year, it starts to get to you a little bit. But I did like what I saw with the play calling overall today. I saw a little bit more of trying to make something happen on offense, I guess. And once again, Wentz had a good day. I did like Wentz's game, but just a couple nicks and knacks that he needs to get over, or that he needs to improve on. But other than that, he was good. And then again, on offense, I didn't like how he didn't get anything going with the run game. And not that it was really those two fault or anything, but I didn't really like how he didn't get these new 2 pickups yet, like Alshon or Torrey, like really involved yet. I guess Alshon had a 14-yard first down, but I don't even think Torrey had a reception. He might have had one that I missed, but other than that, Torrey wasn't really involved. Again, they tried to take 2 shots to him, but the one was overthrown and the other one was almost freaking intercepted. So neither of them were his fault. But again, like I was saying with Torrey before, if he can continue to just burn guys like that, and if Wentz can get the ball to him, it's going to create some deadliness throughout the season. So I'm looking forward to that, to getting Torrey involved more, and Alshon as well over the course of the season. And other than that, that's about it. Eagles pick up the win, 30-17 to start the season and end the 5-game losing streak over the Redskins. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching, and more will be coming up. Go Birds.